Where is the rest of this MIDI cable? Oh wait, there isn't anymore. This is the XVIVE MD-1 wireless MIDI system. When I first saw these advertised, I passed the assumption that this was just going to be a MIDI version of other XVIVE wireless units, but this is actually a different concept. This isn't a cable, but rather a Bluetooth pairing device to connect a piece of MIDI gear to a computer, phone, or tablet. Think of it like a pair of AirPods, but for MIDI. Now, the MIDI keyboards that I use are all USB, so I wanted to try this out in a different setting. Test 1. Computer. This is my Behringer FCB1010 MIDI board that doesn't have any USB ports. With this, I trigger commands in Ableton by using a MIDI to USB converter, or run it through a MIDI cable to directly change patches in my Avid 11 rack. The second option is out since, again, this isn't a wireless cable, but an actual pairing device. First thing that I'm noticing is that it's actually powered by the MIDI jack, which is one less battery to worry about. According to the documentation, I can set it up on my Mac by going to my audio devices, MIDI Studio, and then the little Bluetooth button. There it is. I'm going to assign one pedal to play and one pedal to stop. And let's see if it worked. It did. Test 2. iPad. Now that many people are using digital guitar processors, I want to see if I can hook the Behringer floor unit up to my iPad and use it to change patches on bias effects. According to the instructions, I have to also use a separate MIDI routing app called Midi, so I've gone ahead and downloaded that. Now I'll set the MD-1 to active, use it as a MIDI device in bias, and assign some commands. Something that took me a while to realize is that, at least with my iPad, once you set it up with the Midi app and pair it, I don't need to use the app after that. The unit shows up in your Bluetooth settings by name once it's recognized. It at least seems like the case. I'll let you know down below if that changes. First, let's apply some patch changes. Sweet. Now let's see if the expression pedal can be assigned and work properly. Awesome. Well, I think this product works as specified. I haven't done a latency test since I wasn't using it with a keyboard, but for my uses, that isn't super important. I didn't notice any when I was clicking around the patches or using the wah, so it wasn't visually perceivable to me. I'm probably going to continue the security of hardwiring my MIDI switch for live shows, but for home use, this is a fun little unit. If you're interested in checking out any of the gear I mentioned in this video, I will put links to all of that down below in the description. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Thank you for stopping by, and I will see you next time.